This is the heart disease study that nobody talks about. In it, they tracked a group of roughly 250 postmenopausal women that had already been diagnosed with heart disease. And they looked at some specific dietary elements, one of them being saturated fat. And they found that saturated fat in the diet didn't make the heart disease worse. But what did? Swapping it out for polyunsaturated fats in the industrial produced vegetable and seed oils. Over 3 years, researchers tracked their food intake and the health of their arteries. And they found that the women who ate more saturated fat, from butter, cheese, red meat, they had less progression of the blockages in their arteries. In other words, their arteries narrowed less than the women that were eating low saturated fat diets. But here's the craziest part. When certain women in the study swapped out their saturated fat for the polyunsaturated fats, their artery blockages got worse. Let me repeat that for a second. Those heart-healthy oils that are all over the grocery shelves, when they started consuming more of those, the blockages in their arteries got worse, not better. But the study went even further. They looked at the women that were eating more carbs, especially the high glycemic carbohydrates. And women that ate those also saw their blockages get worse. Maybe that one's obvious. Monounsaturated fats like that in olive oil were neutral, and total fat intake overall didn't even play a factor. So the whole idea that we need to cut out saturated fat and prioritize vegetable and seed oils, well, in this study, that completely backfired. Granted, these were postmenopausal women. They already were diagnosed with heart disease, so they're a specific demographic. And I'm certainly not here to tell you that you need to smother everything in butter. But it does mean the war on saturated fat has probably missed the mark, especially when you consider how the body actually processes saturated fat. The body might be complicated, but the results of this study, they're pretty straightforward.